We heard an incredible speech by Joe Biden.
Incredible. Where was the cognitive decline there? That guy was firing on all cylinders.
Because he's your president now.
That guy jogged out.
He looked 10 years younger.
Did you see him jogging?
He ran running club. He got half of his marathon in.
78 years old, and this guy was light as a feather.
Yes.
Light as a feather.
He was cruising.
Him jogging and then not being out of breath. I was actually nervous. I was like, please don't be.
That was his only, like, he gave a very humble, thankful, like, unifying speech. To me, the running was like, fuck you. You think I'm in cognitive decline?
That was a slam dunk. That was like that was like the LeBron just grabbed the ball, dunked the back. It's over.
He dunked it with a light jog.
Yes.
That's his version. But yeah, and he gave that speech. That was the first time he's sort of been a little bit more, I don't know the word. He wasn't yelling, but he was just,
I would say it's like
a little more bravado.
Yeah, confident. It felt like the person in charge. Yeah. Not a person that is scared, not a person that's defiant, not a person that's like afraid of the other party. No. I mean, he didn't even mention Trump's name.
Heck no.
Nobody did. Trump's irrelevant.
You know, that
overnight, Donald
reminded
Trump,
me.
Hold on a second. Donald Trump is irrelevant. It's just
it was in a matter of hours.
Because it's like you saw this wave of like energy that was building up for this kind of like explosion of a moment, and it happened. And sure, everyone was playing the YG Fuck Donald Trump song, but like the conversations I was having were not about Donald Trump. It was sense of joy. It was like relief. It was happiness. Yeah. And it was like, everyone was like, what were we dealing with for the last 4 years?
Yeah.
And, obviously we'll talk about all the naysayers later, but like the fact of people celebrating in the streets, you know how insane that is? That this guy was so divisive that people in LA, New York, London, Paris, Chicago, San Francisco, New York City, they're celebrating.
It's like we won a war.
No, so I want to compare, and I don't want people to jump because I'm not comparing the two, but I have not seen this in my lifetime since Osama bin Laden was killed, that the streets in America were just cheering. Because when Osama bin Laden was killed and it was notified, I remember LA was on fire. DC in front of the White House, they were chanting USA. New York was going crazy. And I'm not comparing the two, but I've never seen the streets of the United States cheering.
That's why I said it felt like we won a war. Because I think that's, and obviously the only difference is there's a large group of people that weren't cheering. That's the only difference. Yes. But like even though in my lifetime, all I can remember that was such a celebrated presidential victory was Obama.
Yeah.
And people were driving around and people were definitely feeling happy. And I remember at the time, Young Jeezy had a song that was My President's Black, My Lambo's Blue.
I remember going out to the clubs that night. It was just on and
we
on.
Went to, I remember going to a club. There was an Obama impersonator that night.
Yeah. It was probably one of Brian's clubs.
But not like this. It was not like this. And it's just wild. I think there's also this weird thing that happens with human beings where like your perception changes. And I don't, that's some human stuff.
Yeah.
But like it's, to your point, Dee, it's so funny to me how yesterday, in the same day that they called the election, it felt like Trump became a joke again.